Is it hottest take time? I told you I have a scorching hot take, and you said you have one as well.
Sure.
We used to do a podcast that I think we're going to bring back on Spotify that we're going to pull you in on, Woz. We called it the hottest take. You had to come on and you had to have an absolute scorching hot take and then defend it to 2 or 3 people. Here's my hottest take. Bringing it back. Dustin enough. Donovan Mitchell. CJ McCollum with better PR.
That is certainly a hot scorcher.
Thank you. I got a little, my arm hairs got singed from it.
To be honest, man, the stats, the proof, as they say, would have to agree with you, man. If you just look at it, if you look
at their stats, it is shockingly closer than you would expect the last 5 years.
I remember, I'll never forget this Marbury quote where, he gets traded after the Nash thing, and he says he's the best point guard in the league, and Nash and the Suns are going nuts.
Yeah.
And New York media because they're New York media, like Steph, like all they did was trade you for Nash, and now they're looking like world beaters. Like, what's up with that? Or I think it was the New Jersey thing. Actually,
no, it was the Jason Kidd one. Yeah, it was Jason Kidd. That's what it was.
I thought you said you were the best point guard in the league. Blah 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 blah. And what Steph said, I'll never forget, is he was like, I'm the best point guard in the league. If you rip the names off of our jersey and people just watch us play, nobody will come away from that game saying Jason Kidd is a better point guard than me. Which is like a very obviously that argument works in your favor because it takes away the team concept and whose team actually gets to win.
So his teammates and winning don't matter? Yeah.
Yes, but that's the same thing with Donovan Mitchell and CJ McCollum. If you strip everything away, they're the same guys. They're one-sided players.
So you agree with my hottest take?
100%.
I actually would say CJ in playoff games is probably a little more trustworthy. But Mitchell over and over again in these last 5 minutes of these games reverts to these 28-footers. And I'm not sure he's the most fun guy to play with sometimes. I'm not giving up on him. I'm just saying, he's been around now. This is year 6 for him.
Well, okay, but the CJ thing, the reason why the CJ thing is different, we have sympathy for him, is because physically he cannot hold up against the best and biggest guards in the NBA. You can't expect him to, just from his physical stature.
Whoa,
to be able to hold
can
up.
Mitchell?
Donovan Mitchell is huge.
He couldn't guard Spencer Dinwiddie tonight.
That's the rub, Bill. As physically gifted as Donovan Mitchell is, he comes into the NBA with a defensive profile. That's what he's known for. It's this guy, if he's going to be one thing, he's going to be a menace on the ball in the NBA.
Not anymore. Those days are over.
Oh my God.
I mean, Sharks and I talked about it on Tuesday when Brunson was hot on Tuesday, or the game before Tuesday, and I was asking Sharks, where's Mitchell? Just being let me take this guy. The same way Jason Tatum's let me take Durant.
Yeah.
And, if Mitchell wants to swim in the pool with the best players, you've got to do it on both ends, and he can't. And the Gobert thing's tough because on the one hand, he's just a weird player. We don't have another player like him. You can't blame him for the defense when nobody on the perimeter can guard anybody. But on the other hand, over and over again, teams are attacking them the exact same way. And teams are going at him. And teams are pulling him away from the hoop or going in. And you saw Dinwiddie dunking on him tonight. And it's just everything is wrong with this team. And they're going to blow it up. That's where this is heading.
Look, here's the thing about Rudy, right? They designed their defense to be just funnel everything to Rudy and let him take care of the rest. And in the regular season, when you're playing the Knicks and you're playing the Orlando Magic and you're playing, Oklahoma City, who's tanking, and you're playing Sacramento, and you get the gist, it's fine. It's okay. You can do this against the Rockets in the regular season. Perfectly fine defensive strategy. You'll get stops. It'll be okay. This doesn't work in the playoffs where teams are going to be you're not used to guarding people for real. You're used to giving a fake defensive stance, literally walking them to the basket and just being do whatever you want against Rudy. Well, teams are oh, guess what we're going to do to Rudy? We're going to draw him outside. He's not going to be the safety valve. And your defense, when you walk guys to the basket, your big man's not going to be there to contest. And that's what they've been doing for 3-4 years now, Bill. That's the defensive strategy. Funnel everything to Rudy and let him do it. And in the playoffs, teams are like, funnel us to the basket. While Rudy has to guard at the perimeter. And if he doesn't, we spray it out for wide open threes, practice level threes. And then you see, even when they take Rudy out, and it's like, all right, we're going to do a switch defense. They can't even do a basic just switch handoff. Just like, all right, we're going to switch. This is shit that we do at pickup games, Bill, where you have the people you've never met before. You say, yo, we're going to switch every single screen and can execute it. The Jazz can do that tonight.
It's pretty bad. Well, Utah 2017 to 2022. Swept in round 2 by Golden State. Lost in round 2 to Houston. Lost in round 1 to Houston. Lost in round 1 to Denver. Lost in round 2 to the Clippers. And headed, it seems like, for a loss this year against the Mavs. What's crazy, no Kawhi last year. They lose. They might lose to the Mavericks.
Without Luka Doncic.
Even crazier, Luka might get to round 2 for the first time. He's not even fucking playing. But he's not even in the game. He's wearing street clothes. Even crazier, the Ewing Theory Committee now has to go to Utah for Game 4 to study this in person. Who expected that? We have to find hotel rooms for the Ewing Theory Committee. I got to get flights. They have to check this out for themselves.
Bill, we love Jalen Brunson. He's been a revelation. I've always had a soft spot for Spencer Dinwiddie. I've always thought he was a pretty underrated guy. There were points in this game where they were literally just like, let's run actions to make sure Donovan Mitchell is guarding the ball. And they just
for an hour
right past him every single time. And, and some of the, I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, people in basketball Twitter start getting spicy and they're like, hold on. Utah finally makes a run with Gobert on the bench, right? Stat News is circulating that stat with the plus minus, and they made a run. Guess what? Davis Bertans was playing center for the Dallas Mavericks to correspond with those minutes. And yes,
the Bertans-a-sance. It's happening.
Davis Bertans was playing center. Utah finally could score. Moxie Kleber came in, and you would have thought he was Draymond Green, the way everything got mucked up afterwards. But it presents this scenario, Bill, where Utah has to basically bench Rudy. They if they have to give up on the notion of guarding this team, which is absurd.
Yeah, they have to go small ball against small ball.
They basically have to be like
which will lead to lots of long, sad shots of Rudy on the bench as this is happening. Nobody's going to be here. Plus, they have Danny Ainge there. He's going to blow everything up. All right,
Bill,
it's time.
Before you go on, Bill, hold on.
Yeah,
they have to decide they can't guard the Dallas Mavericks without Luka Doncic. Do you understand that?
If I had told you a month ago, Utah is officially going to be blown up because Brunson and Dinwiddie were too much, probably would have had trouble digesting that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, do you have a hottest take, or do you want me to do my Spiridides impersonations?
I mean, I don't think I could beat that because my hot take was basically that Utah should preempt the Donovan Mitchell trade request and just move him. Just buy. Get out of town. Like, your leadership style is obviously piss poor.
Yeah, you're not Dwayne Wade. We have Dwayne Wade. You're not Dwayne Wade.
And another guy he looks up to is Kobe. And guess what, Bill? Like, people got to understand this about this Mamba mentality, Kobe system shit that a lot of these players throw out there. When Kobe was 25, he was locking fools up. He was all defensive team. He was the best perimeter defender in the NBA when he was 25 years old. So all these dudes that want to be Kobe and want to get the accolades and want to get the love, play some fucking defense, bro.
My guy Tatum.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's how you win the respect, and that's how you get into that final circle. Yep. Play some defense. I would not trade Mitchell this year. I would blow everything up. I would wait a year on that. Especially because I don't think his value is maybe where it was 6 months ago because of what's happened in this series. But Quinn Snyder's going to be gone. Gobert will be traded, and somebody's going to bite on that. And maybe Towns will be the answer. Maybe there's some sort of Gobert Towns something. Maybe Gobert goes to Charlotte. I don't know.